Hey guys, good to be back and good to see you in podcast. It's been a while since we've had the four musketeers together, the four amigos, four knuckleheads, whatever you want to call us. Our goal with this podcast is to first off touch base and congratulate you guys on a few things that have happened recently in the gym, both as a group and through some individuals. But the ultimate goal would be to break down and cover this year's variation of our 10X Your Nutrition. So we wanted to provide a podcast or Zoom style meeting so that you could see it from the house. And we'll also be circling back and doing some in-person chats and stuff at the local facilities. So be ready for that. But before we dig in, first off, let's just touch base. Justin, Galen, Steve, how we doing, boys?
We're good.
Cold. Cold here, Morristown.
Yeah, we got teased there for a little while, didn't we?
Yeah, good otherwise, though.
Nice. Justin?
Good. Very well. Very well. Got a new dog. Y'all didn't know that.
Sleep pattern's probably a little bit off as a result of that.
Not the best. Kind of like G's last night.
Yeah. Well, good. Good to hear. So we'll chat real quick. First off, we're coming off of our 6 weeks of Olympic lifting programming. We shifted our focus towards the clean and jerk and the snatch for 6 weeks. And we just rounded out our test week. So we wanted to tip our cap quickly to 95 plus PRs, 95 at least recorded in Wodify. So congratulations to the folks that first off PR'd and then also that entered those PRs. We're sure that probably carries up into the, there you go, carries up into the 100 mark plus, I would say, as a result of some folks not quite getting to enter their stuff. So well done. As I was mentioning to classes earlier, it's not always the sexiest stuff. Some people don't see the value in it as much as these four guys do, but we promise it does help and translates well into other things gym related. So if you didn't take a PR away, we hope that you at least took a little bit of a technical adjustment or some improvements away from that, and we promise it'll pay off in the long run. So well done. Well done.
Very good, guys.
Yeah. Also, from a individual standpoint, I know here in Bristol, we just had quite a few teams go and compete in what is it, the fifth Festivus Games it's been in the region?
Maybe fourth, third or fourth.
Okay.
Those, yeah.
Hosted at CrossFit Ridge Runner, Elizabethton. So we sent quite a few folks like we have each time. And as always, you guys represented us very well. So we had a few volunteers and judges as well. So thank you for carrying our name into the big town of Elizabethton and representing us well. I think we had quite a few podium finishers, right?
Yeah, I had 3 podium finishers. I had Alan Howard and then Shanna, Tracy, and Kat Morrell. They got a first in the Masters Novice. And then Josh Rose, Josh Pope, and Hunter won the men's intermediate, which is really, really cool. If you've never done a competition or even think about doing competition, this one is geared more towards newer people, scaled people, intermediate people. You're not going to see muscle ups. You're not going to see overhead squats or squat snatches. You're just going to have a good team workout. It's just going to be classic grunt, hard CrossFit workouts. And it's a nationwide thing. So they have national rankings as well from that. So you take your scores from that and the organizer puts it into a national database and you can compete against people around the nation, which is really cool. It's really cool. We had a blast. I helped judge and coach a little bit, but people showed up.
Aggressive no reps at anyone?
A few. Wall balls were, Alan, shout out to Alan Howard, almost hitting the ceiling on his first wall ball. Good job, because he had to do a 10-pound wall ball, so it's hilarious. But other than that, really big showing up, and it's good times.
Awesome. And then from a very individual standpoint, if you've been in Bristol, you've probably heard, we are sending someone from our facility is now headed back to what they're calling now the semifinals, then the regionals equivalent. Some congratulations to Ben. You guys in Bristol definitely see him put in the hours. Morristown has probably seen him come up and do some workouts and put in some time there. So we salute you. Yeah.
Freak.
He's headed up the road in a couple weeks, 3 weeks now. So
he's climbing up in the ceiling area over there.
What was that?
What's that?
He spent some time on our ceiling rafters.
Oh yeah, using those ropes. Yeah. So congrats, Ben. I'm sure you'll do well if you're seeing this. So go down there and get after it. We're excited. So it's been an exciting time around the gym as a whole. Seen a lot of cool stuff. It's warming up. That's always exciting. The days are longer. Your 6:30 class is not in pitch black anymore. So that's nice. So it's a good time of year.
Yeah.
With that, We are also now transitioning away from that Olympic lifting cycle and starting to prep ourselves a little more for the big day on Memorial Day. See you, Justin. That's going to be the lovely hero workout Murph that we all look forward to dread to look forward to. So big day, a lot of reps, a lot of volume. So we as programmers, or Jay as a programmer, is going to responsibly start building you up to that volume. With that, it's no better time than now than to dial in your nutrition. It's no better time than now to dial in your sleep and to be consistent in the gym. Thus, 10x your nutrition. Here we are, the meat and potatoes of our talk today. So we just wanted to break down the details of this year's version of 10x your nutrition. If you've done it in the past, you probably have a general idea of how we unfold this. It is not a challenge. There's no winner. There's no prizes at the end necessarily, other than you accomplishing some goals. And those goals can be either weight gain or weight loss. So let's dig in real quick. I'll kick it over there to Morristown. I've talked enough. Galen, Steve, you want to break down just the general themes or start getting into the 30,000 foot view of what 10x your nutrition entails?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think this is our third or fourth year of 10x your nutrition. And like Terrence said, it's not a challenge per se. It is a challenge that an individual decides to take upon themselves by sharpening up their habits of eating and approaching nutrition from a number of different angles. There's only so many different ways we can recreate the nutritional wheel. And every year we put our collective heads together and make it as creative and engaging a process as we can, so that you guys, number one, will benefit from it, but number two, will find it engaging and not just the same old spin. So this year we are kind of feathering back and forth between eating to perform and eating to look better without clothing on. So this is hopefully the best marriage of those worlds. It's not a lower carb approach. It's not necessarily a higher carb approach. It's not intermittent fasting. It is taking aim directly at performing really well for Murph, and then when you're hot and sweaty, looking really good as well. So calories are still calories, and macros are still macros. We will ask you, the proverbial you, the participant, to take a couple of measurements that we've never done before, and then we'll put it into our calculator and send you your daily requirements, essentially. Is that a good 10,000 foot view?
Yeah. So essentially what we'll do is, if this starts to pique your interest, or if you continue thinking on it and you're interested in it, we'll be sending out some questionnaires. And basically what that does is it pulls some data about you and gives us the information that we need, because this is designed to be individualized towards you. So if you have not yet done this, if you haven't done it in years past, as opposed to us giving general nutrition themes or general nutrition ideas, pointing you in the right direction, we get very specific and design something that is arranged for you and what it is you need from a calorie standpoint, and then specifically from a macro standpoint, what it is that you need to either, if your goal is to lose weight, get you in a caloric deficit, or if your goal is to gain weight, get you in a bit of a surplus, so that you can then transform in the direction that you would like to. So that takes shape as some macro numbers in the form of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. And then, as Galen alluded to, sending you more into some timing focus, when to start to consume those, when to get heavy in those different categories, protein, carbs, or fat, etc. Jamie, you want to expand any more on that?
I think y'all nailed it. It's similar ratios with a little bit of tweaking for post-workout meals. It's going to be good. I'm excited, especially with all the body weight stuff we need. You're going to need a little bit of extra carbohydrate sources after your workout. So yeah, I think y'all nailed it.
Yeah. So I guess our ultimate goals of this, to maybe provide it in a short version, would be to aid in performance, because Murph's coming around the corner. We want to make sure you're fueled properly, to improve your body composition, so to shift you up or down in weight based on your goals. And then Galen probably mentioned this, and I know he has in the past, but also give you the ammo that you need, or the information that you need, because this is The numbers themselves will be something that you can utilize down the road. And then your understanding of how to eat this way, it's not those 4 weeks, those 5 weeks are over. We no longer can utilize this form of eating, but instead you now know how to eat that way. You can use a similar template or the same template and the same numbers in the future as well. So maybe you learn something that you can carry with you that's a little different. Does that make sense? I guess that's probably our first goal.
Yes. What's a macro?
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Steve? There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, as far as macros are concerned, you have basically 3 specific macros that we're discussing, and that would be protein, carbs, and fat. And as previously mentioned, we're going to stack things to where calorically you're getting the right amount, and we'll know that through your questionnaire that we'll receive. And so once we know that, we're able to tell you how many calories you're going to eat in the form of macros. And so obviously there's some math there for us to do as far as macros to calories, but we're going to know that. We're just going to hand you the macro version, not the calorie version. And then as far as timing is concerned, think of macros, if you will. Protein should be a steady state thing that you are getting because it's a muscle builder, it's a muscle preserver. And it's also creates a lot of kinetic energy. So you're able to burn fat with protein just by having it in your system pretty adequately and pretty frequently. And then as far as carbs are concerned, that's your fuel source. So you want to have a pretty big load, at least around your workout times. That's the reason for that. That's why, when you see people tend to become, I guess, obese over time is because they're eating a lot of carbohydrates without putting any output from that. It's just a fuel source. And if you have a lot of extra fuel without using it, that's where you get into trouble. But we're going to strategically put that around your workout time. And then, of course, you're going to have carbs to not only give you energy, but also restore energy back into glycogen to be ready for the next day. Your fat is more hormonal, so that's going to keep you in check hormone-wise. And then you're going to have the bulk of your fat usually a little further away from your workout time. That way the carbs can come in and they're not held up by the fat molecules. So that's the way macros kind of break down the body. Just a quick run through, if you will. And then I thought we might want to talk about, of course, does it cost anything to get in? Are they going to get an email from us? How's this going to play out? Hopefully that's good.
Where should they track their macros? What do you think the easiest app to do would be to use?
I know MyFitnessPal is a big one that but it does cost a little bit of money now. It used to be free back in the day, but it's a great one. I use My Macros. It costs a little bit too. I think it's like $2 or $3 a month, but they're both great. MyFitnessPal is great if you need to scan a barcode or if you need to enter information as far as what you're eating specifically. They do a good job because there's other entries that people have put in there in the database. So you can find, apples or whatever. You don't really have to manually go look all that up. People have already done that for you. So it's kind of like a Wikipedia, if you will, of data, things that are already in there. And so I like it. And then the My Macros, I like to put the information from MyFitnessPal over to My Macros and then let it do the calibrations over there. And it's more of a journal, if you will. But it's really up to you. I think MyFitnessPal is a great one-stop shop. People love it. I would venture to say it's the most widely used one if I were a betting man.
Only thing I will say with MyFitnessPal, I don't think that you can do a custom macro meal plan unless you have the premium. Yeah, but you can still enter your meals and just compare that to the sheet that we're going to send you. So Galen, if he's putting in Phelan Bodby.
No, soon enough.
If he puts it in, he can just compare each meal. Basically, we're counting on 4 meals. Am I getting ahead of us at all?
Go ahead.
We'll be doing 4 meals, so you can compare like breakfast. I think it has lunch, it has dinner, it has a snack in MyFitnessPal. Just count those as each of your 4 meals and just compare each to your sheet that you'll receive in your email.
Cool. All right. So yeah, MyFitnessPal might be our best bet. As far as a prize, yeah. So to allude to that, again, not a challenge. It's not something that we're looking for a winner for necessarily. This is something that we offer in the gym consistently, though, if requested from members. Normally that runs members upwards of $150 or so. If you're getting Steve, for example, to program you individualized nutrition protocol, when we do that each time around so far, we just simply charge $85 for members. just because that compensates for the work that we put on the back end to make that an individualized program for you. Plus, you're getting some follow-up from a coach, and then access to a Facebook group and support system in that way. And then, as always, any questions you ask, we'll certainly be there. So $85 is your buy-in. If you're a non-member, if you know someone that's interested, they can enter this same pool for $200. What that does is buys them a macro profile as well, macronutrient profile as well from us, or the programming, and gives them a month of gym access. So it's like buying a month and getting a deep dive into nutrition in one swoop. So yeah, that covers cost.
It'd be a great way to get someone who needs help start off in the gym, especially if they're wanting to dive headfirst into the whole lifestyle, which we preach is our 4 pillars. If they can get started on some nutrition and an exercise program, they'll be seeing a lot of results rapidly.
Cool. And are you guys still set to give a quick presentation on Saturday? If this beats the Saturday discussion out? Yep. What time are you guys cranking that up there? Are you discussing?
10 o'clock.
Sorry if I put you on the spot. Here we're gonna shoot for 9, so we're gonna drop the thumb, and we're going 9 here. So that'll take the place of our yoga session. So we'll go 9, little quick presentation and Q&A. There you go. Sweaty feet out of here. And then on top of that, what else am I missing? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. There was a odor.
So in years past, we've restricted food types. This year we're not. So we're not requiring a paleo or a dairy-free or exclusion, like a restrictive type diet. We are, I like to steal Peter Attia's analogies. You always have the levers you can pull. We would like to see people choose quality foods to meet their daily macro requirements, but they don't have to this year. And we're not, like I alluded to earlier, requiring any sort of intermittent fasting, and food will come in the form of 4 meals. No snacking, no random haphazard eating here and there, just IFFYM if it fits your macro nonsense. This is 4 structured feedings based on the time of day, based on your training, if that's not clear.
Yeah, two more things. If they get in a jam, do they get their own coach? Are they able to reach out to anybody? That would be another question.
So we're going to have the Facebook group. So people can sign up. Have any questions, fire away in there. We will be doing some coaching through that. The first one of us, I think, gets to it. Is that what we decided to do, correct?
That's what I'm referring to. So in other words, if you get in a jam, don't freak out. I've had people, and you can reach out to me solely. I don't care, whatever, reach out to whoever you want. But
you can also message now. I don't know, this may be a nod to the new Wodify. You can send direct messages to people in the app if you're not a Facebook person. I know some folks don't have Facebook profiles. Kudos to them. But if you have a smartphone app, you can communicate that way as well.
Yeah, the reason I'm saying that is because in the past I've had people completely not get it and then shut down and not do anything at all. We don't want that. So if you have any problems, reach out to one of us. We've all done this before. I've done every kind of diet you can imagine. Started out with the Subway diet once upon a time. So
he's
oh boy.
Yeah,
way cooler than Jared and stronger and less pedophilic.
It didn't end with yeah, so I just want to make sure people know to reach out to one of us about, anything at all. Hopefully you'll understand it. We'll explain it well enough. But I did want to mention that. Also, water intake, supplements. You got anything there or what? I'm asking you.
I don't believe in water. Yeah, I think water is. We'll come up with a formula for 2/3 body weight in pounds. Generally, is what we say, in ounces, or 1/3, or I can't remember.
I think they've kind of changed it to a half now. It used to be a gallon. What's that?
I think was it a kilogram or a body weight conversion that we used to use?
I think they said a half pound in body weight. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, half your weight in pounds.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. In pounds and ounces and body weight.
Yeah, all that. But I think I looked at the spreadsheet you made. I think it's on the bottom of it, actually.
I haven't completed that. I was going to get some input from you guys, see what we needed to still there or not. Okay, that's good. Supplements, fish oil, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D. If that's not been pressed upon you, the importance of vitamin D in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Electrolytes.
Kill Cliff.
If you're needing protein, we have that too.
Coffee's good. Protein powder's good. You can certainly add that and hit your macros.
Yeah, make sure to add it though. The protein,
Yeah.
not the coffee, I guess. Unless you give one of these milkshake coffees that people get, then put that in there.
The protein in the coffee is a pretty good combo.
That's true.
We got one of the guys here started a little bit early. Got Russ started a little bit early. I know it does. One of the meals does say like 0 fat, but we're going to say if you're eating whole foods, just eat as lean as possible protein source that you can on your post-workout meal. Just for that, if you're within 5 to 10% of those calories, you're probably still going to be at a calorie deficit. So don't stress about it. If you're super OCD, lighten up a little bit. If you're not OCD, tighten up a little bit.
Whoa.
Nice. That was well done.
That's all I got for today, guys. See you.
Okay, cool. Let's kind of wrap it up in a quick 3 or 4 bullet point approach here. So this starts, Galen, when?
Monday, the 1st.
Monday, May the 1st. That'll give you a solid 4 weeks working into Murph, or in the 4th week, you will be well fed and well fueled. Good deal. Steve, is there any charge?
$85 for members, $200 for non-members who should be members already.
Perfect. Justin, this one's the hard one. What does the 85 get you?
Personalized nutritional macros to fuel your workouts and make you look better naked.
Good. Perfect. And access to the little Facebook group. And as always, direct access to us. Reach out with any questions. Make that $85 worth something. As Steve said, don't get frustrated and throw your hands up. We're going to provide you the tools. It'll be your responsibility to put them to use and to come to us and ask those questions. Lastly, maybe I'll answer this. It might come out before, it might come out just after this video surfaces. And there also will be a link available in the presentation that we give on Saturday, but you will have a Google document. By filling out the information on that, that'll sign you up. If you're seeing that in email form, click into the document. Again, by filling out the information and sending that over, that will sign you up. So you will see the charge take place after you've received your information. All right, does that cover it?
I think it does.
We could probably link that form in this video and then also in the email.
Okay.
With passed it out.
Perfect. All right. Cool. Well, I think that might cover, at least give you the overlying theme of this. More details to come soon via email and in our talks on Saturday. So we hope to see you guys there.
And bring questions if you watch this and plan to be here Saturday. That'd be great. There's a good chance if you have the question, so too does someone else.
Yeah, very good. Good point. Good deal. All right, boys. Well, it's good to see you guys. We will see you fellas soon, and we'll hopefully see you guys on Saturday, and if not on Saturday, around the gym. But exciting times. Let's go charge into Murph. Lean, mean, push up in machines. There we go. All right, guys. We'll see you.
Bye, guys.